Greetings everyone, everywhere. It's your girl Morg, stopping you dead in your tracks. I'm your host Morgan Martin, and this is the Morgan Martin Show, Season 2 finale. That's right, and I couldn't have done it without all of my special guests and each of you. Please be on the lookout for the announcement as Season 3 returns in the fall. Now, without further ado, please welcome our guest tonight, our last guest for Season 2. He's a young man of God, a recent FAMU graduate, has the voice of an angel, and is a cancer survivor. Please give it up for Mr. Darien Bolden Jr. Hi, Darien. So nice to finally meet you.
Yes, finally meet you as well.
Thank you so much for saying yes to being a guest on the Morgan Martin Show. I'm so excited to have you here.
Happy to be here.
And congratulations, you recently earned your Bachelor of Science degree.
Yes, thank you.
From Florida A&M. Go
yes,
Rattlers.
Yes.
I seen you received your Bachelor of Science degree.
Yes.
What a moment.
Yes.
So special, you know, and I said, man, if I could shout like him, I'd get off this couch right now and do it with him. But I just waved my hand real good, 'cause I do what I can, you know. Let's take a look.
I'm alive.
And I love the caption. You said, if you knew my story,
Yes.
you would understand
my praise. Yes.
How does it feel?
It's a new experience that I'm still getting used to. Yeah, the real world is about to hit. So
That's right.
It's gonna be interesting trying to adjust and get ready for my next move. So.
And it's been a good run. You've done so much.
Yes.
The list of accolades I was reading, I was like, oh my gosh, he's done so much. You got the full experience, taking it in. Share with us some of the things that you were involved in on campus.
Yeah, my first organization that I joined here on campus was the Florida A&M University Concert Choir under the leadership of Dr. Mark Butler. And then that same week I joined the FAMU Gospel Choir, where I served as the director for 3 years. Also, I served as the president of the concert choir for 4 years. Some other organizations that I was a part of, I was a student advisor for the FAMU Royal Court 2020, 2021.
Oh, yes.
And I was also the most recent student advisor for the university mascots this past year.
Awesome.
So yeah, I always stayed busy.
You know, you got to travel a lot.
Yes.
What was that like? And you also got to tell your testimony on stage with the connection.
Yes. So I would say this past year was probably the most rewarding experience, especially coming back from COVID. Fall semester, it felt like I was gone every week. So we started the semester off with connection. Of course, we went to Miami for recruitment for Orange Blossom Classic. So that was the first week. Then the concert choir went to, where did we go? NFL game. We were the first. We were the first first group to perform at the Negro National Anthem at the HBCU, at the NFL game in Tampa, Florida.
That's right.
So that's always memorable and historic for me. Another thing that's been memorable and historic was the gospel choir went to Orlando last year and performed at the Disney Celebration.
Yes, I remember.
For Christmas.
I remember.
So literally, I'm never home. It felt like I was never home. So,
home away from home.
Literally. But it's always rewarding to be with some of my closest friends. And they're gonna be, those memories and those friendships last a lifetime. So it's always great to be with them. But definitely, it's one of the most rewarding parts about traveling with either choir or with even every entity. Is always the rewarding part of being able to recruit the best and brightest future rattlers, and being able to share our experience and our testimonies with them, and just to see them come on the hill, hear them say about how they met us and how they ended up coming to FAMU and we inspired them. That's always rewarding to hear.
They may forget what you say, but people don't forget how you make them feel.
Definitely, yes.
And so that is what draws them in. And you know, if you can connect with someone and bring them to FAMU, number one, you already reached someone to where they further their education.
Yes.
You know, and then I love the spiritual aspect that you guys add to it in the connection to show that, hey, we still keep God first.
Definitely.
No matter what we go through, no matter the party,
we have a good time here at FAMU, but listen, we always want to make sure we keep God first in the center of everything.
That's our source. That's right.
It's busy.
That's right.
And even when those dark clouds gather, God still prevails.
Share with us your testimony.
December 2017, my first semester here at FAMU, I was diagnosed with stage 3 large B-cell lymphoma cancer. So that was a life-changing and I would even say traumatic experience for me. I literally just started getting adjusted to things here at FAMU. I was preparing for my next semester, and literally the last week of my first semester here at FAMU, I was diagnosed with cancer. So I had to go home for 6 months. I did 6 months worth of chemo treatments. January 31st, 2018, I actually coded due to a chemo treatment going wrong. So the doctors really didn't have any hope for me. They called my parents in and they told them to expect the worst. But here I am. I came back to FAMU fall 2018 after finishing 6 long months of chemo treatments. And here I am. This year will be 4 years cancer free. So,
Praise God. Let's give it up for that.
No more chemo. No more chemo. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. No more chemo. No more chemo. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. No more chemo. No more chemo. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye.
That is so good. God is good and he's been keeping you.
yes.
And you know, what would you say is the thing that kept you grounded through that? Because it was a process.
Yeah.
And like you said, even traumatic. What was it that really kept you grounded that say, I'm going to be okay, you know?
2 things. One thing was the reassurance of me getting back here at FAMU and finishing what I started. And another thing was literally the prayers of my family members and my friends. That's literally what kept me pushing. Those words of encouragement, those prayers, those phone calls.
Yes.
I think one of the most memorable experiences during my sickness was when the FAMU Concert Choir came to Jacksonville for an engagement that Sunday morning, and they literally came to the hospital. The whole choir came to the hospital and surprised me.
Wow.
And this was literally right after I had my toughest battle with the chemo treatment. So they came and surprised me and we sang together. And that was definitely one of my most memorable experiences.
Yeah, that was special.
Yes.
You know, it takes that FAMU lead.
Yes, always.
To keep you grounded.
Yeah.
I remember being on campus too, and it just seems like just when you think nobody's watching or you don't have anybody or everybody's busy doing their own thing, they'll remind you we're
why
still
you're
here.
Yes.
Why you're here.
Yeah.
You know, it's important to know who you are and whose you are.
Yes, definitely.
And you have to have that circle to keep you grounded too.
Yeah.
That's very important. Now you sing and you also are a minister.
I am.
Tell me a little bit more about your upbringing and how you were groomed to musicianship.
Okay. Well, musicianship, I started singing. I am a PK. I'm a pastor's kid.
Yes,
Been a pastor's kid all my life. My dad will be pastoring for 25 years next month.
Oh, good. Congrats.
And I'm only 20. Well, I'll be 23 in 19 days. So
count down.
Yes, I've been a pastor's kid all my life. So I started singing in my dad's church youth choir at the age of 4. Stayed in the youth choir about 8-9 years. Went to a middle school for the performing arts. And I think that's what started really grooming me and preparing me to be an actual music educator, music director. So about the age 13, 14, I started directing the church choir, mass choir. And I was a minister of music from ages 14 to 17, well 18 at my dad's church. So that's really what prepared me and groomed my musicianship. And I just started growing to love a deeper passion for music, whether it was church music, spirituals, classical.
Right.
I just love music, so
yeah. No favorites.
No, I really don't have a favorite. I love it all.
Yeah.
R&B, church music, sacred, gospel, jazz. I like it all.
It all feeds your soul
Yes.
in some way or another,
Yes.
right? That's right. Now, where's the church located?
My dad's a pastor in Fernandina Beach, Florida, so it's about 35 miles outside of Jacksonville. It's the northeast part of Florida, right before you get to Georgia.
Okay. So if you guys are in the area, go check it out.
Yes.
I'm sure they're having a high time every Sunday.
yes.
And do you enjoy preaching as much as you do singing?
I do actually. It's something that I ran for a while. And another interesting fact, I didn't start preaching until my first semester here at FAMU.
What?
Yeah, I was convicted and compelled. It was
That's
literally,
right.
I think around October, I told my dad.
You ready to answer the call?
Yeah. I probably should have been preaching around 13, 14, but I waited until I was 18. And I started preaching November 26, 2017. And then literally a week later, I got diagnosed with cancer. So it's all just a journey that I'm grateful for.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And when you think of that journey and all that you have gone through, what song comes to mind?
My favorite song right now is probably, to express my sentiments, is Dear God by Smokey Norfolk. And I like the chorus part of it. It says, for my life, Lord, I thank you for every victory in you I've seen. And for the moments, God, I know it was you who kept me. Lord, I thank you for my life.
Wow.
Thank you.
You know, you have a voice of an angel.
Wow, thank you.
I mean, who would you say is your inspiration when it comes to singing? I mean, you know, you can do a lot with your voice. You have range, you know, you can do the riffs and runs, you know, you can sustain notes. I mean, wow.
I really have multiple inspirations. So I really don't have one favorite singer, because I have different genres where I like her, I like him.
Who do you listen to the most, you would say?
I don't have anybody I listen to the most.
Up.
It does. I listen, like I said, I listen to R&B, I listen to gospel. Okay, I'll give you my top 5. Can I give top 5?
Okay, top 5, let's go.
Here we go. Smokey Norfolk.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Jason Nelson.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I gotta do top 6. PJ Morton.
That's good, that's
Okay,
good.
so that's 2 gospel, 1 secular.
Uh-huh.
From guys. And then I would say Kim Burrell, Crystal Rucker,
Woo!
and Jasmine Sullivan.
Listen, I was waiting for you to say Jasmine. I was waiting.
Those are my people. Like, any
Yes.
time of day, those are my people.
Yeah,
Yes.
and Kim, my God.
Oh, Kim is my girl. That's my girl.
My God, I mean, maybe one day I can, you know, witness that in person, but just through the screens,
Yes.
I mean,
ridiculous.
to be able to connect with someone like that on that
Yes.
level, God, that is a
Crazy.
gift.
Yes.
It's really a gift. Now, you've been singing since when?
Since I was about 4. That's when I started singing solos in church. So.
And is that the moment you recognized that you had a voice, or did someone like tell you to start singing? How did that come up?
I'm really not even sure how that even happened. I would say this: I used to go home Sundays after church, and like I said, I've always been a church kid. So I used to go home. I didn't want anything for Christmas. I didn't want any toys. I used to want choir ropes for Christmas and birthday presents, and I literally still have my choir ropes to this day.
Yeah.
So that's what I got for my birthday and Christmas presents. So, and I used to go home, put in old church tapes, and I used to line my game pieces up. So like Trouble and Sorry pieces. And I used to make them my choir, and I used to go home and have choir rehearsal, have church. So literally, that's literally what birthed my passion for singing. And I guess literally one day I went to youth choir rehearsal, and they told me to sing a solo, and it's been up from there.
Do you remember your first solo?
I do. My first solo was Yes, Jesus Loves Me.
Ah, that's a good one too.
And
cute.
I was so short, so they had to build a little box for me to stand on, so everybody could see me. But that was definitely my first solo.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yes.
That's something, boy, I tell you. To see yourself even grow.
Yeah.
You know, how does it feel to go from that moment until now, even just with your voice changes? I know, you know, even as a teenager, your voice gets deeper and it changes.
Definitely.
And, you know, you went through a lot of body changes. How do you feel with the growth of your voice?
It's been an interesting experience. Still, I mean, at this point, you never stop learning. You never stop growing with your voice. So I'm always looking for new and different ways to improve. What can I do different? So it's literally just been that since I've started singing. It's just, what can I do differently? What am I not doing right? What can I improve upon? So I'm always a learner. I'm always a student. So
That's right.
Yes.
They say the moment you stop learning,
that's the moment where you should die.
It's over with. It's over with. You got to be open.
Yes.
And that's how you grow, and that's how you become an even stronger leader. So what advice would you give to someone who would like to attend college and someone who may be even in college that are facing an obstacle to keep going?
For those who may be getting ready to attend college or have plans of attending college, I would definitely say at this point in your life, make sure you're giving it your best. I know sometimes it seems rough and you want to throw in the towel, but make sure that you're always giving it your best and putting your best foot and your best effort forward, because it's going to pay off in the long run. I would even say, like, this year, 3.9 GPA to get in FAMU is crazy. Yes, that's the average GPA for the incoming freshman class. So I would say definitely do your best in high school right now, middle school, whatever it is, wherever you are right now, even if you're transfer, continue to give it your best shot, because it's getting harder and harder to get here. For those who may be in college right now, I know sometimes it felt like you wanted to throw in the towel, you were done, called it quits, but literally keep pushing. There's always sun at the end of the tunnel. I would always say that. Yeah, it gets rough sometimes, and I know friends may walk out, family members, you have your differences, but always make sure that you just keep it pushing.
Thank you for being on the show, Darien.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you guys for watching the Morgan Martin Show. We'll see you guys next season.
Have a good one.
You made a way. When our backs were against the wall, and it looked as if it was over, you made a way. Watch me. And we're standing here only because you made a way. You made a way. One more time, I dare you to think about it. Oh, you made a way. When our backs were against the wall, and it looked as if it was over, you made it. Yes, Lord. And we're standing here, and we're standing here. After COVID was standing here, 134 years, 64 years of the gospel choir, and we're standing right here, only because you made a way. You made a way.
Follow us on Facebook and YouTube at Morgan Martin Media LLC. And don't forget to show some love on Instagram at morgan.martin.media. As always, stay tuned for more.